What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream, the 6 Pigeons live beat making stream. I am Tommy, one half of 6 Pigeons. This is our live beat making series where we build tracks from scratch in real time, sample digging, vocal production, the whole nine. The goal is to create something original, experimental, show you the full process, how the sausage is made, have a little fun along the way. So if you're new here, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, leave us a chat anytime, and we'll be taking a look at that throughout the stream. You can find our music on all streaming platforms. Just search 6 Pigeons, and we got more coming soon. So the plan for today is that we'll start out building a sample in Splice, riff on it vocally, and import those stems into Logic Pro once we feel good about them, and build out a beat, a demo, if you will, production, mix, and bounce. So without further ado, let's get into it. So what you see here on the screen is I have on the left side Splice, and on the right side I have my Logic session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some samples using Splice's stack feature, riff on them a little bit, have some fun, and then once we feel good, once it passes the vibe test, we will go ahead and import it into Logic. So let's go ahead. You'll see here we got a number of options in terms of style. So I'm gonna start out with trap, stay in my wheelhouse here. As we get going with these streams, we'll adventure out into some of these other starting points. But let's go with trap to start, see what it kicks out for us to get going. Okay, little Gunna style. I say no. Okay, slow it down a little bit. A minor, not bad. Maybe let's try some keys. Might be able to do something with those first couple keys. Maybe just that loop. Yeah, okay. We'll ignore the back half of these keys and we'll just imagine it as the front half. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do when I bring this in. See about some chords. Brass and winds. Okay, keep that for now. See about some lead elements. That's pretty fun. Let's see what we got for percussion so far. Okay. Let's just call it street light. Okay. Alright, so we got that saved. A minor, 123. So just gonna set up the session Let's just see about some vocals real quick. Okay. The street light and the street light. Street light. Yeah. I could be anybody else you want me to be. Low latency mode. Low latency. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. In the street light. Hey, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. Okay, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. In the street light. Oh no, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. In the street light. Hey, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. In the street light, street light. You want me to be in the street light, in the street light. Hey, I can be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. When the lights come on, that's when I turn on. That's when I get on. Roll up, I'm too strong. Pull up, I'm too strong. Hold up, you know, no. You must not know me if you think that you know me, cause you know that I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey. Okay. I would say that passes the vibe test with flying colors, so we're just going to go right in. I imported the stems into the session. They usually come in a little spicy, so I'm going to turn them down a little bit. So bear with me here if it comes through loud. First go. Why not? Let's just go right for it. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Yeah. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. Okay. So usually, guys, I start out by mixing the beat and producing the beat and then riffing on the vocals. But sometimes if it just comes to you, don't let that moment slip and just record it. So that's where I'm at right here. And I think I may just double down and add a couple background layers really quick, and then we'll get into the production process. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just duplicate, and I'm going to go into the Auto-Tune, Antares Auto-Tune, and I'm going to switch it from alto tenor, which is like my usual range, down to low male. I see if we can get like a little higher quality low background layer because of that. So let's see. So another thing here, I'm going to pan this one just a little bit to the right, and then I'll give this lower level, a little pan to the left. See how that sounds once we get in here. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody. Okay, good enough. I could be anybody you want me to be. One more for ad-libs, just for fun. Just for fun. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be. Okay. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, and then we're getting into the production after this, is I'm just going to add a little bit of directional spaciousness with this ad-lib. So I'm just going to take each individual hit. There are different ways to do this where you don't have to split this up, but for the sake of expedience, I'm going to split it up, and I'm just going to send it down here to this duplicate layer, and all I'm going to do is pan to the other side. That way, it's just going to give a little bit of a motion to these ad-libs. Let's see how it sounds. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light. Oh. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. Okay, so now it has gotten to a point where I don't want to lose this session. So I'm going to save it real quick, and we'll keep it pushing. Boom, we got it, saving. Okay, now let's get on to the next element of this process, which is going to be cleaning up these samples, make them our own, and hopefully we can add some unique production elements of our own as well, so that maybe we can even mute some of these as we get going, but for the purposes of just keeping the song going, let's go one by one. And what I like to do usually is I prefer to kind of work on the percussion and the drum elements first. And then once I get those to a spot that I like, then I move on to the musical elements. So let's go ahead and see what we're working with here with the drums. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one because it has the kick element in it. And what I usually do here is I split that up and get the kick into its own section. So now I can do away with splice. So let's go full screen. And I'm just realizing, let me swag out the background a little bit. We got to swag out the background. Street light. What's the vibe for street light? Maybe this car? How about this one? That's cool. Okay. Okay. So we're going to take that kick, and that's just going to be our kick that we essentially move forward with across the board. We don't need much variation with the kick sound, but now we're looking for that perfect hi-hat. That might be it. And we're going to do just a swap. So essentially, I'm removing the kick from this top sample, and I'm putting it down here so I have more flexibility when I'm working on the beat. And now I'm just going to go down the list and replace these kicks. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure about that little doot. It's kind of nice. Let's see. We'll keep it for now. If we want to remove it later, we can. But I heard that little clip right there. It's because we got this. So what I might do, let's remove it. Let's just take this simple hi-hat groove and just bring that over. Make it so it doesn't clip. And now let's go to the fade tool, and let's just put a little fade on the end there, and that should be enough for us to work with this loop. And what I'll do here, now that I removed the kick from here, just to make sure none of it comes through, if I missed any, doesn't look like I did, but in the case that I do, I'll remove some of the low end. Okay, and now what we're working with on this side is the kick, but you can still hear there's a little bit of a clip across the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with all of them selected, I'm going to fade, maybe shorten that up a little bit. And you can also hear that I still have that hi-hat in there. And I don't want to double down on the hi-hat. Crudely done here, there's cleaner, other more elegant ways to do this, but I'm just going to remove the hi, and you can hear that it's just the kick now. And so let's start with square one. I'm going to go with the kick, and I'm going to spruce it up a little bit. So I'm going to go gain, and with the kick almost across the board, I put it in mono. That's the way it's going to come across on big performance speakers. There's no real reason to have a depth or a wide range of imaging on your kick. So I'll just go straight to mono. I will add my go-to plugin Max Bass. If I could find it, it's Waves Max Bass. And I'll go to the multi-band. I just know it works. If it works, don't have to reinvent it every single time. Of course you could, but I'm just trying to get something across the finish line as quick as I can, get a nice demo. So that multimedia, it really puts in its own little kind of channel in the mix, and it punches through, so I like that. And I could, always optional, go iZotope Trash, just a really good kind of saturating tool that helps in some cases make something punch a little bit more, and that is an attribute I look for in my kick. So there you go. You can already tell, maybe if I mute all of this is what it was, and this is what we're working with now. Really thumpy. Okay, so let's see what we got now. In the street light. I'll mute the vocals for now, just so we can really hone in, and then we'll bring them back in. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little too cheerful, a little too giddy, a little too happy to see you. These keys here. So let's see what we can do about that. Okay, so a little too extra at the end, quite extra. Maybe we'll simplify it. It is a trap beat after all. You know what? Let's get that out of there. We don't need to resolve this thing. And so what I'll do to make up the space, I don't want it to just be, let's see if it's just, yeah, it just cuts off. So what I'm gonna cut right here and I'm gonna lengthen that. So let's see how that sounds. That's fine. Okay, maybe we'll keep that, kind of kickstart it back around, second time around. Now, if I were to mute all the other musical elements and just keep this in the drums, what does that give us? Okay. We got anybody in the chat? Someone send a chat. How you doing? Oh, we got... The chat is active. The chat is bustling. Okay. Okay. Now maybe we bring it down an octave. This is not... We don't want it to be too... It's like a happy song. Not too happy, not too happy. A little compressor just to make sure that it's cutting through at all times. Okay, let's put a little high pass, yeah, maybe a high pass filter on it. Soundtoys Filter Freak, the go-to. Okay, maybe we go Soundtoys, what do we want here? Little radiator. Take the noise option off. That's good when you want to add a little texture, extra texture, but in this case I want it to be pretty clean. That's pretty nice. I'll put in the EQ. I'll just use the stock Logic EQ for this. There's some other ones that we could use, but just for the wider audience, we'll use this. So I don't want to mutilate the low end because there's some good elements in the low end, but I do want to make a little space for the bass. And a little space for the kick. So let's just do this. Okay, and now let's just check where it's at in the imaging. So I'm going to use Waves S1 Imager. So that's mono. Kind of loses something mono, so I don't want it to be fully mono. It's leaning to the right already, so we'll just keep it like this, and it's already going to have a little bit of activity on the right side. Call me crazy, I don't know why. I want it to be on the left though, so I'm going to go to the gain, utility gain, and I'm just going to swap LR. Now it's leaning a little to the left, which I prefer. Okay, so bass. to be careful about manipulating the bass too much. It could sound bad real quick, but I just want to try something. Remove a note or two. Hear it a little bit. It gets a little wonky. Of course, I could just replace this with my own 808 Warfare, which I may do, but if I don't have to for the sake of a demo. So this is a little crossfade tool. With the fade tool, if you put the fade tool on it and you go across towards another track, it'll do this like double fade. Double fade, double fade, double fade. Okay. I think it's serviceable, and we'll put our effects on it to make it come through even better, but let's just tighten up these little mix elements. Okay, so now that it's doing that, I'm kind of realizing that this kick here, it's not playing on this downbeat where the bass is, and so I think I might just make the kick hit. Maybe I'll remove that one. That's cool. Alright, let's go mono on this percussive element. Pan it a little to the right, just a little, and then, yeah, you can hear some of the clipping that's done with this chop. Not ideal, not the end of the world either, so we're just gonna go in here. I see. So we're just removing a little bit of the clipping. I'm not sure if that's coming through on stream, but I'm just tightening up this sample a little bit so we feel good about it moving forward. And then we'll add our own elements. Okay, perfect. All right, that's sounding good. Let's see what other elements we brought in. Immediately, jumping off the page Okay. Again with these, they have a low presence, but I don't want them to conflict. Okay, they're not too low, so we're good there. These I might want to make close to mono. That's good. I might go iZotope trash, delicate harmonic saturation. Just to probably helps a little. And Filter Freak. Soundtoys, Filter Freak. Okay. That second note, still I almost want to make it shorter there. Let's see. So sometimes with like very clear, distinct samples like this, I don't feel comfortable just going right with this element. I almost just feel like I'm compelled to change it a little bit. So let me see if I could do that. I might simplify the melody a little bit. So I removed that little flare up at the end. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to shorten it a little on this side, and I'm going to stretch it back out. Try to remove that little... Okay. That's fine. You can hear it a little bit, but it actually has some texture that I'm not all the way mad at. So now, let's just put a little fade on the end here. And with this one, since I modified these clips, I'm not sure if it'll work for me to do a crossfade. We'll try. How about an octave down? Let's see. Sound shifter pitch. You could use any pitch shifting tool. This is my favorite. See if Waves Kaleidoscope, just put it into a different space. Maybe not. Let's see. And then Waves S1 Imager, just to test it out. these elements need to be in all at the same time. So we'll remove that to start. Okay, now maybe we can arrange a little bit. Now with the bass, we didn't really touch the bass from a mixing perspective, so I'm going to go to the gain, make sure it's in mono, turn it up a little. I'm going to go to my favorite max bass waves. Now with the bass, I have a different preset than the kick. I like Dies Bossum. Dies Bossum. Bring it down a little. To add a little bit of low end thump, I got Refuse low ender, worth the purchase. It's really thick. You don't need to take it and use it to its full nth degree. You can really do some just subtle work with it, and it's going to spruce up the low end of your bass. Okay, now maybe we'll just try Soundtoys Little Radiator, see if adding some radiation will do anything for us here. Works for me. Okay, now let's just check back in on those vocals.
In the street light, in the street light, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light, hey, hey, I could be anybody you want me to be.
Alright, just quick detour. I just want to see how this sounds. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to use another Soundtoys tool that I really like. It is the Little Altar Boy. And I'm just going to bring it down and maybe see if a harmony sounds cool with or without the originals layered in. So let's go start with 5 down, syncing the pitch and the formant in this tool, wetness all the way up. So what I get is, after I duplicate, this.
I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light.
In the street light, hey, hey, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, hey, hey, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street. In the street light, hey, hey, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light,
I would say that helps a little bit.
I could be anybody.
Okay, back to the beat making, regular scheduled program. So it already has some hi-hats in here, but I have these preset kits in here from stylists that sometimes I like to add a little bit of help, recruit some help in the high-end hi-hat department. Don't overthink these hi-hats. Do not overthink it. Overthinking hi-hats will be your demise as a producer. Okay, now I have some additional stylus, a little bit more organic sounds in this kit. This one sounds harsh right away, but it's really good either on downbeats or reinforcing some hi-hats. Okay. And what I usually do with this, percussion elements, you can kind of freeform adjust you can transpose it down or up to taste. So let me see what it sounds like down 4. Oh, of course, gotta go record mode off. The things that the average listener will never hear, but sometimes makes a difference. Same thing here. I'm actually going to sound shift this down 4. I liked how it was sounding. I was accidentally doing that, but now I prefer it, so I'm bouncing that in. And the reason I'm bouncing it, guys, is because sometimes the Soundtoys, the sound shift, it makes some latency on the track. So I will bounce it just to lock it in place. add any vocal chops. Mess around with the pulse, stutter, tone, pitch, see if there's any better settings for this. I'll mute some of the other elements while we work on this. Oops, here we go. Put some iZotope trash, delicate harmonics on it, of course. Now let's just see if Filter Freak helps this out or hurts it. I like that. See, let's mute it for when it comes in first. Beat is sounding pretty good. just mess around on record, see if any gold comes.
Street light, I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light, hey, hey.
Kind of fun.
I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light, hey, hey. Stay flashing, yeah, I'm here, no guessing. Am I keeping too passive? Gotta go, street lights ain't glaring. Anybody they staring, wonder where he heading, wonder where I go. They wanna watch me, they wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go. Wanna where I go. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna watch me. Wanna where I go. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna watch me. They wanna follow, top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light.
Sounded pretty good, gang. Now I'm just gonna see about a quick arrangement, get this demo out the door for you guys at the top of the hour.
In the street light, hey, hey. I could be top me. They wanna top me. They wanna smoke that broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. I could be broccoli. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. I could be anybody you want me to be. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know. I could be anybody you want me to be. 'Cause you don't go those places I go. 'Cause you don't know those things I know.
I'm just adding in some little pauses, some simplifying the beat at certain parts to accentuate certain sections here.
I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. I could be anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. Anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, anybody you want me to be. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. In the street light, in the street light. Hey, hey. In the street light. Hey, hey.
Boom, and just like that, I think we can call that a demo. So there we go, from splice to vocal riffing to production to mixing. Oh, one last thing, let's go ahead and master this thing, make it a little bit better on the way out the door. So what I use is iZotope Ozone 8, just some quick simple mastering here for you guys, nothing crazy. I'm not even going to do the dynamics. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an imager and a maximizer just to put it in a good space, and then make sure it's as loud as possible without clipping, and then we're out the door. So let's just do this real quick. Okay, there you go. We did it. Number 2 on the 6 Foot Pigeons beat stream in the books. Really appreciate you guys tuning in live. We're going to be doing this hopefully 4 or 5 times every week here moving forward. So if you liked, be sure to hook us up, like, subscribe, comment, let us know if you guys have any recommendations, improvements, things that you liked, or just send us a message to say what's up. All are appreciated. Our 6 Foot Pigeons music is out now, just 6 Foot Pigeons on any streaming platform. More coming soon, or hit a link in the description. It's right there for you. Like I mentioned, we'll be doing this weekly. Stay tuned. And without further ado, appreciate all you guys. Peace out.